Good evening, Steel City. Welcome to the Yinzer Report on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Tonight, our 59th edition will be live from the Man Cave. Tonight's show, in a first-time ever segment, I will go over the Pittsburgh team's losing seasons. The Steelers, Penguins, Pirates, Pitt football, Pitt basketball, all losers on their current seasons in 2024-2025. What is going on in the black and gold city? Have you ever heard of the Robert Morris Colonials in men's college basketball in the Horizon League? Well, you will tonight, because the Pittsburgh team are regular season champions in the Horizon League division. The Pirates continue their spring training with the highest level of attitude, talking leadership. Wow, that's different. I will explain this and some Pirate stars already in Major League Baseball spring training making noise. Time permitting, I will share a personal experience on my 20th year anniversary of my wall of Rosselberger. Reason why I am in my basement in my man cave doing the show. It was featured in a magazine. Don't miss this segment. I will start tonight's shows off with our tremendous sponsors, IE Sports Radio's new sponsor, Vital, along with the amazing Planet Jerky Premium Beef Jerky, the jerky that's on another planet. And Seal the Deal Wax, Seal Wax Stamps. You bring the deal, we'll bring the seal. Plus, IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports, and why we are on the air doing this great show, the Yinzer Report. I will get into my tribute. Well, Steel City, please come join me on my 59th episode, 38 live on StreamYard. This is the Yinzer Report on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Let's go!
IE Sports Radio fans, this show is brought to you by Planet Jerky Premium Brisket Beef Jerky. Planet Jerky is the official jerky of the 2022 California League champion Lake Elsinore Storm, single-A affiliate of the San Diego Padres. This all-brisket jerky has gluten-free options, contains no MSG, no sodium nitrate, is low in sugar, and high in protein. Go to their website at planetjerky.net and follow them on Instagram at Planet Jerky. Planet Jerky, the jerky that's on a whole other planet.
Rise and shine. It's 4 a.m. The stars are still out. The sun is beneath the horizon, but it's time to punch in and go to work. The comfort of your warm-ups turns into the grinding out of your reps as the clinking and the clinking of the plates create a symphony of euphoria. There's no other feeling like it. Earn it, burn it, and take what's yours. IE Sports Radio has proudly partnered with Vital Apparel, a brand that not only fits great, but also promotes and donates to mental health research. Use our code IESR to get 15% off their comfortable and inspiring gym wear and help them on their amazing journey to support mental health. Go hard, take part in your iron therapy, and be strong. Because when your mental health is as strong as you are, there's no telling how far you'll go.
Hey there, IE Sports Radio fans. Be sure to check out our sponsor, Seal the Deal Wax Seals by Cecilia B. You just finished your very own wedding or baby shower invitations and you're looking for that extra special touch? Maybe you just wrote a letter to a relative or a friend and you want to add to their smile when they receive it. Then seal the deal with Cecilia's handmade sealing wax stamps for your invitations, letters, and gifts. You bring the deal, we'll bring the seal. You can find them on Instagram at sealthedeal_wax stamps and on Facebook, Seal the Deal Wax Seals.
Well, good evening, everybody. This is Ralph Calise, your host for the Yinzer Report on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Good evening and welcome to tonight's show. I'm in a different spot, as you can see. I got to work on the lighting down here, but I guess everybody out there can see me. Yes, I'm in my man cave in the basement trying something new instead of the black and gold paraphernalia room, which is under a little bit of a type of reconstruction, as you would say. So we're going to do it from down here tonight. And we just heard from our sponsors, Planet Jerky, Premium Beef Jerky. We just heard from Seal the Deal Wax Seals with Cecilia B. And, of course, the other one was, oh my God, I'm blacking out already. Vital Apparel. Which is a new sponsor, and that was an amazing job done by Larry B on that drop. We do have another new one just to go over, and that is our newest sponsor, Raw Nutritious Supplements. That's GetRawNutrition.com, and you can use promo code IESR for 10% off on that one. So don't discount any of our, of course, sponsors. They are all important to us, and hopefully they can be important to you. Here is my tag on X Twitter at Yinzer Report _IE, and at Calise R786 is where you can get in touch with me personally if you want any comments or concerns of the show. And one other thing just to throw out there, there is now, as you can see it on the bottom there on the ticker, we now have a supporters club for each show here on IE Sports Radio. If you were your favorite shows and you'd like to support the host of the show, like for instance, if you'd like to support me, your host here on the Yinzer Report, you could see on the bottom of the screen there, the supporters link is scrolling along, and you could join up for just a paltry $5 a month, and every one of those cents of those $5 will help out the show. It'll help out your host personally, and it will help out the radio station, IE Sports Radio. As you can see, I have the merch on tonight. All right, so let that go by, and let's get into what we're here to talk about tonight. And I'll put the first banner up, and it's going to be, I'm going to do something a little different here. Instead of talking about all the teams separately, I went back, I did some research, and I came up with a Pittsburgh sports teams are suffering from their last season played, and this season that is ongoing now. So how this is going to go is is the Pittsburgh sports of late has been the Pits, and turning the sports city rich of black and gold gear into a city once called a city of champions to what I'm calling Lostburg, not Pittsburgh, Lostburg. And it's been the Pits of late. Let's take a look. Great season starts, then unreal collapses, none of them finishing their season strong at all. The Steelers this year, of course, started at 10-3. They finished 10-8. They finished on a 5-game losing streak, as we all know. They had a first-round playoff exit. They have lost 6 straight playoff games. And in my opinion, the owner doesn't really get it. The head coach is stuck in his ways. The Steelers still have no quarterback. Is anyone feeling remotely good about the state of the Steelers? Historically, great organization, but now in an absolute bad spot. So that was the Steelers in their review of their year. As you know, we spoke about that all year. The Pirates last year, they started out 12-2, if you can remember. They were off to a hot start, and they continued the winning till just around the All-Star break, where I think they were they were right at 500, but they went on to like 55-52. But they finished 21-34 down the stretch for another losing season for Pittsburgh baseball. 2015 was their last playoff berth as a wild card. That was 9 years ago. The Pirates' total record the last 5 years, now write this down and look at it, 294 and 414. That is their record in the last 5 years. And everybody out there, I don't have to tell you, you're not winning anything with that type of record. That accumulated to a 415 win percentage. But they do have this year to go through, so we're keeping the hope and the faith in for the Pirates this year. Now let's get into the colleges. Pitt football, they started 7-0 and they finished 7-6. They lost their game above sports bowl game. It's one of those bowl game names, and they wound up on a 7-game losing streak. Their bowl record is 15-23. They never won an ACC championship since they moved there, and they did play in one, which was called the Peach Bowl in 2021, and they lost to Michigan State 31-21. As far as Pitt basketball, which is going on right now, so I included their year in this year, they started out 12-2 and they were playing really well. They are now 4-10 in their last 14 games, and I don't see any tournament dancing coming for the Pitt Panthers. Their last tournament appearance, 2023, they advanced to the round of 32. They won in the first 4 in. They won in the first round, but they lost to Xavier in the second round. Now, their head coach is Jeff Capel. He's in his 7th season at Pitt, and his record is 113-103. It's a 523 win percentage. His record in the ACC is 54-76, which is another 415 win percentage. He has no ACC championships to speak of at this point. Well, it gets tougher. The Penguins, let's get into the Penguins now, who are in their 2024-2025 season, and they have lost 4 out of their last 5. They're 24-28. They're 8th in the Metro, which is last place. They're in the next to last playoff spot in the NHL playoffs, and they're 13 points out of the last playoff spot. Mike Sullivan, of course, is the head coach of the Penguins, and he's in his 10th season. He does sport 7 playoff appearances and 2 Stanley Cups for the Penguins. But, hey, we're in that world of what have you done for me lately? And the Penguins are going to possibly miss I think they are. They're going to miss the playoffs again for a 3rd year in a row. Hard to believe. No playoffs in Pittsburgh for hockey. Just hard to believe. So what do I come out with all this with? And this is my end summary on this segment. Leadership and management is poor. And here are some viable reasons I wrote down. The Steelers, Pirates, Penguins, coaching / ownership is in complacency and the lack of talent. They have a lack of talent. The Pitt football and basketball, it all lines up on their coaching. Pitt football and basketball, the Steelers, Pirates, Penguins, building their teams around stars without considering real talent within their backups and their place of those stars who have been playing for a while. They're refusing to adapt. So what I'm saying there is they're not backing up their star players with backups that can come in and play at least decently for, the stars if they get hurt. And of course, refusing to adapt. Certain sports you have to adapt to the game, and I don't see it. The next one I wrote was these Pitt teams I've noticed have all this in common, fundamentally lack of top-level talent. They compete as long as they aren't playing truly talented teams. And you could see where I'm jabbing. You could see what team in Pittsburgh I'm jabbing that one at. I did some research, and the feeling around the Pittsburgh media for all these teams is they get great early season success. They let the expanded big head feeling think that they are better than they really are, and when the season is longer than just the midway point, the bottom drops out, and everyone is blaming someone, but not mentioning names. And right there is a bad look for our black and gold colors. Some people in the world today do not like change. The thought in Pittsburgh is the team's all-sport longtime head coaches, its management stubbornness is to move on from them. So that's my take on Pittsburgh sports right now. I put every team that has the city of Pittsburgh in front of them in that segment. So I don't know if you're out there and you can leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought about that. But I'll just read the beginning of the end of what the segment I just went through in case you missed it. It's Pittsburgh sports of late has been the Pitts, Pitts, and turning this sports city rich of black and gold gear, a city once called the City of Champions, to what now your host, Ralph Calise, is calling Lost Burg. So that is that on the losing situation here in Pittsburgh. Let's go to the comments. I see the comments buzzing there. We have today, let's see who's out there. Today, we have Gritsville, USA. That is the Detroit show. Have a great show, Ralph. Thank you, sir. Thank you for tuning in. Brian Fanchone, have a great show. And I want to congratulate Brian. He is our new host of our Boston Beantown show. He had his first show last night, and it had an outrageous viewing. Congratulations to you, Brian. And good luck tomorrow, because tomorrow is a game of black and gold versus black and gold. It's going to be the Pittsburgh Penguins versus the Boston Bruins tomorrow. So if you like hockey and you want to see black and gold all over the ice, watch that game tomorrow. Thank you, Brian. Raymond Mann, have a great show. Let's go. Let's go, buddy. How are you doing? Terran Rodriguez is on the air here. Good evening, Ralph. Have an awesome show. Thank you, Terran. Your show is great with your brother. I love when you have your brother on. Very informative. Our good friend Mary Shea, and a very good fan of the show. Hi, Ralph. Have a fantastic show. Thank you, Mary. Thank you for joining in. And there he is, Martin Sandoval. That is the host of the wrestling show here on IE Sports Radio. He had his 100th show today, and congratulations to him. Wow, this is great. I did a segment on the Steelers losing, and I'm congratulating everybody in the comments. Let's go. Have an awesome show. Good brother, Yeet. And all our wrestling fans out there know what Yeet. And the next comment up is my nephew, Danny Mann, and he absolutely knows what Yeet means. And Brian says, thanks, pal. All right, so that's the comment right there. So let's get to the next segment. And And here we go. We got welcome to the Yinzer Report, Robert Morris Colonials Horizon League's men's basketball champs. We finally have a winning team in Pittsburgh. So what your host here did on the Yinzer Report, after he came up with all that losing stuff on the city of Pittsburgh, he went out there and researched if there was any winning teams in Pittsburgh, and this is what I came up with. And I tell you, I really had fun with it. So hopefully you enjoy this segment. So here we go. This is a college basketball team. They are called the Robert Morris Colonials, and they play in the Horizon Men's Basketball League. Okay, so again, they are the Robert Morris Colonials. They are located in Moon Township, PA. 18 miles from Pittsburgh, so that's not far at all. Their last NCAA tournament game was in 2015. Their last conference tournament championship was in 2020. Their last regular season championship was 2014. Their logo colors are blue, red, gray, and white. And on their uniforms, you'll have the lettering RMU. And they have stars on them also. Their home court is the UPMC Event Center located in Pittsburgh suburb of Moon, Pennsylvania. So they're right there. Their head coach is Andy O'Toole. He's in his 15th season. Like I said, they're in the Horizon League, and they are the Robert Morris Colonials. And right now they are 23-8 overall. They are 15-5 in the Horizon League. And last night they clinched. They are the first place champs of the Horizon League men's basketball league, with the 15-5 record in the league and the 23-8 league record overall. Now I went back and did research. So this is all research I did on them for this show here. They started 0-2. They had winning streaks during the season of 6 in a row. 6 in a row, 3 in a row, 6 in a row, and right now they're on a 7-game winning streak. They've won 13 of their last 14 games, and anytime they were designated a home team or they played at their home, they are 15-2. They have 4 players with 10 points or more averages for a game. Some of these names are hard to pronounce, so you probably never heard of them, so I'll try to do my best. The first one is Cam Woods, which is easy. He's a senior guard. Alvaro Folgares, he is a sophomore. He's from Spain. He's a forward. Armanin Dickerson is a junior guard. And here's Cam Woods is 14.4 points per game. Alvaro Folgares. I got to pronounce these names because I'm going to be tracking these guys now for the rest of the season. So I got to get to know these guys. He has a 13.4 average. Armani and Dickerson has a 13.7 average, and Josh Omojafo, a guard, he's a junior, 10.4 average. So you have a big 4 right there. 2 are forwards, 2 are guards. And they're all averaging over 10 points per game. So we'll get into them in a little bit. So the research I did on them was after battling Milwaukee in the Horizon League on February 23rd, the Colonials, for the first time ever, were in first place in the Horizon League after starting 0-2 and given no hope. The team was being mildly classed as to be competing for a championship. At the time, it felt like a lofty goal. With 2 games lost, it seemed another season was in spiral. Now, in this present time, the Colonials can say they are champs after beating IU Indianapolis 82-68 and having clinched the Horizon League regular season title last night. They did play IU Indy at home a while back, and they actually beat them by 53 points. They have now won 7 straight. They're 23-8, like I said, 15-5 in the Horizon League, and they clinched the 1 seed for their league tournament. we have hold on, I have something up with that. So that's where they're at with that. Let me take a break, and when I get back, I have some more information on them. And let's take a break. And when I get back, I will give you some more information on them, and we will get into some Pirates spring training. So this is the Yinzer Report on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. We will be right back.
For the last 10 years, IE Sports Radio has been bringing you amazing content ranging from interviewing legendary athletes, coaches, and other authorized media personnel to building tailor-made shows dedicated to all major sports cities around the country. Make sure to follow us at IE Sports Radio on X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube to keep up with the latest in sports and with all of our shows. Also, make sure to check out our daily updated website at iesportsradio.com. At iesportsradio.com, you can see our daily show schedule and check out all of our show pages with personal bios to learn a little bit more about each of our awesome hosts. In addition to our show pages, you can catch the IE Sports Radio blog, Hall of Fame, Fans of the Month page, and our merchandise shop, including t-shirts, tank tops, caps, long sleeves, hoodies, and more. For now over a decade here at IE Sports Radio, we've continued to be by the fans, for the fans, and we thank you all for your support and for making IE Sports Radio your direct feed for all that is sports.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Davidson.
It's your boy, Dentarius Law.
And we are the hosts of Fast Break here on IE Sports Radio, where we discuss everything in the world of basketball from prep to the pros.
You guys should definitely check us out, man. Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We got all the basketball information you guys need, so we look forward to you guys listening in.
And please do, because we are the best basketball show on this side of the Mississippi. And please do check us out on Twitter at FastBreakISR. D-Lock, where's our time again?
8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. That gives you guys plenty of time on a Sunday.
Tune in.
The roar of the crowd, the drama and pageantry, the adrenaline rush and decadence of the world of professional wrestling. Join yours truly, the SoCal Saint, for the best pro wrestling podcast going today, the IE Wrestling Show, exclusively on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Join us every Wednesday from 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, every Wednesday, the IE Wrestling Show. It's just too woo!
All right, welcome back. This is Ralph Calise, host of the Yinzer Report on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. I popped in a little more light on the situation here. As you can see, it's bouncing off the Ben Roethlisberger framed jersey in the back there, which we're going to get to in a second. And let's continue on with our last segment. As you heard from our colleagues there, and that last one was the SoCal Saint. Like I said, he celebrated his 100th show on the Yinzer Report today. He had a 2-hour show, and it's all about wrestling, and he does a great job. Him and his partner, T5. T5, if you're out there, how you doing? And congratulations as well. All right, so let's get back to the Robert Morris University Colonial. Like I mentioned in the last segment before I went to break, they are a new team that the Yinzer Report will be reporting on because they are winners. Like I said, I went up and I looked at I looked up the team for you guys, and here's some more stuff I found on them. So we went over some players, and we'll take note to some of the players of last night in the game. Josh Omofalo had 27 points and 7 rebounds. Cam Woods had 21 points and 11 rebounds. And the aforementioned Alvaro Fagarius, I got to get used to that name, he had 14 points. And the title is the program's first regular season Horizon League Championship. They will host an Horizon League tournament game next week as the number 1 seed in the Horizon Men's Basketball League. Very exciting, very exciting. I mean, if you go out, I was out on social media last night after they won, and man, there was a lot of posts. There was very, very exciting times over there for these kids. I wrote down this note that I found that Robert Morris started 0-2 in conference play, and they needed triple overtime to avoid an 0-3 start at the versus the Horizon League foes at the time. The season started on a losing streak, but was turned around and changed, and now is a change, and could be an NCAA tournament. One of the 64 teams dancing, or first 4 in, or however you want to call it. Here's a little breakdown of Robert Morris. Robert Morris's men's basketball coach, Anthony Toole, has always been solid in the fact that his squad is competing for a championship, but it's years since the Colonials have competed for one. They secured an NCAA tournament bid in 2020 after winning the Northeast Conference, so they came from another conference after 2020, but hopes actually playing in the big dance was shattered when the tournament was canceled due to COVID-19. That was the year of the tournament. There was no tournament because of COVID. For the next 5 years, Robert Morris struggled to put together wins and was a victim of the transfer portal, as many of the top players left after just 1 year. Colonials have put together one of the best tournaments in best turnarounds in recent memory and have a legitimate chance to win the Horizon League. The combination of players Toole has brought together created hope in the program that has a lot of many years. Robert Morris is set up nicely for a bye in the Horizon League tournament, as well as hosting the quarterfinals, which they did that last night. Crazy to think the Colonials just won 10 games last year and now have a chance to play in the NCAA tournament. Now, they'll play in the NCAA tournament if they win they definitely win the Horizon League tournament. For the first time in a long time, though they're not the underdogs. We've tried to prepare the same way every game, Toole said. Tried to keep our guys focused, keep them the same. We haven't accomplished anything yet. There's still a lot of stuff available to us. They have beaten every team once in the Horizon League. As we know, anything can happen in a tournament. So that's a good stat leading into the tournament. Robert Morris went on a 3-game road trip when players were this is when the season turned. They went on a 3-game road trip when players seemingly worked out many of the kinks, pulling together 3 wins, including tight wins against Milwaukee, Youngstown State, which were both top teams in the league at the time. It led to a 6-game winning streak. The biggest win was February 12th, then versus the number 1 team in the Horizon League, Cleveland State, and it was on the road. It helps that RMU is probably the best front court duo in Fulgaris and Dickerson. They, too, go along with a strong backcourt duo of Cam Woods and Josh Omojafo as the leaders of the team. These are the players I had described to you before with the full players with the over 10-point average. The way they have been being described around the league by counterparts and other coaches have been, these guys play really good, really smart, really physical, and that's a prototype of all their players. So this looks like a little tough team they got going on out there at Robert Morris University. So they are now in the Yinzer Report sites, and I'm going to be tracking them. I think they have their first game, a home game next week. I think it's Thursday in their tournament. So when we come on next Friday, we'll have a result in that. Hopefully it's a win. We don't want to go back to any of that losing that I started the show off with. All right, so let's get into the Pirates now, and good luck to RMU. Congratulations to them. So the Pirates, I have some things on the Pirates. Of course, we're in spring training. I think we're 2 weeks in now, and this is a story that came out in Pirate Camp this year, and it was about this week. I'm sorry, and it was about the pitching staff. And it was talk of the top 3 starters as a 3-headed monster. And, of course, we all know one is Paul Skeens, one is Jared Jones, and the other is Mitch Keller. Mitch Keller, of course, being the veteran of the group. Of course, the starting pitching is the Pirates' calling card, and this year they are going to need it. This trio led the way. Each player in separate interviews has talked about how the starting rotation wants to take more agency this year, and each Pirate start will be a leadership role for that specific game. This is a very nice intangible by the 3-headed monster, in my opinion. Each pitcher as well has come into the spring and have added a new pitch to their repertoires. Excuse me. Now, Paul Skeens last year, you remember, he won the Rookie of the Year, and he finished the season with a pitch called a sprinkler. That was a pitch last year that he came up with, and I'll just describe the sprinkler as the velocity of a sinker and a vertical depth of a split spin fastball. Skeen has it mastered. He mastered it in a short amount of time, and his new pitch this year that he's trying out, he's working on his pitching arsenal, adding a splitter. He dabbed around various types, and it turns out to be like a slider. Excuse me. So we'll see how that works out for him. Jared Jones adding his new pitch this year. He's adding a 2-seamer in the offseason. It was an offseason project, and he will debut it in games soon. I just want something that runs, and adding that to already a 4-seamer that nets a vertical break at around 17.1 inches. That's the drop. Jones, doing his homework this offseason, admitted there were times he felt hitters were just hitting fastballs and sliders. He figures with this new pitch, it's continued growth for his secondary pitches and could go a long way for him. So that's a good thing. And Mitch Keller's, he has a 6-pitch repertoire already, and he improved his changeup, which he is saying is the new pitch that he added. It's an improved changeup. So the Pirates, also some other notes, they signed Andrew Haney to a 1-year deal to boost the pitching staff. Haney has experience in both starting and relief. He was ranked by MLB the 32nd best free agent available this winter. Getting back to Mitch Keller, a couple of things on him. His first spring start, he threw 14 pitches. He got 6 outs, 3 hits, 2 double plays, 2 scoreless innings, and that was versus the Twins. Getting back to some other notes and some other players. Monday, some notes. Monday was a rain out. It was supposed to be Paul Skeens' first start, but he threw a 45-pitch batting practice session so that he could keep his arm, strengthened. He didn't need him pitch the game because it was rained out. Players off to a good start. DJ Stewart He had 2 for 3 with a home run, a double, 3 RBIs versus the Orioles, and he's vying for that first place position that's been left open by Spencer Horowitz, who was hurt. There was a new name that popped up that day also, and his name was Matt Gorski. He was 2 for 3, 2 runs, 6 RBIs, and a grand slam and a 2-run homer. Tuesday, Jared Jones took the hill. It was a Pirates loss. They lost 2-1, but Jones, 2 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk, 3 Ks, 27 pitches, 18 strikes. Ke'Bryan Hayes had 2 hits, and he's hitting .750 for the spring. Wednesday, Bailey Falter, the left-handed specialist for the Pirates starting pitcher. He pitched good. 2 innings pitched, no hits, no runs, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, 26 pitch, and he had 17 strikes. So you can see they're easing the pitchers in. They're only pitching 2 innings, throwing less than 30 pitches, but they're getting the outs, so I guess that's a good thing. Also Wednesday, spring training sensation now. They call this guy Matt Gorski. I mean, I don't know if anybody out there has heard of him, but he's the spring training darling right now. He's off to a hot start. So the spring training sensation, they're calling him, Matt Gorski, who was named Pirates minor league Whitley Stargell Slugger of the Year in 2022, hit his 3rd home run and drove in his 9th run, and is obviously the hottest player in the MLB in spring training thus far for the Pirates. So just another little note on him. He appeared to be on a pathway to his majors, but he regressed in 23. Gorski posted impressive results with AAA Indianapolis in 24, including 23 homers and 15 steals, but he didn't get the call. Those offensive results stemmed from some mechanical changes in the second half of the last year. Gorski moved his hands and straightened up his stance to look down towards the pitcher more. The new plane of vision helped him get a better approach on his angles and is translating early this spring. And Thursday, a new player came into the fold and is a player that was on the team last year. His name is Jack Sawinski. He is now he's in an experiment for the Pirates to be leading off. So he is leading off, and he's doing it pretty well. It's going very well. He was 2 for 3 Thursday with RBI, 2 stolen bases, a walk. He was on base 3 of his 4 at-bats, and he's got a .571 spring average, and his OPS is 1.810. Gorski, again, also, he played in that game, and he got his spring training, major league leading, MLB leading 10th RBI. So he's off to some start. So he could be in there for a possible player to fill in at first base as well. Sawinski, back to Sawinski, it was said that he was searching for his consistency in his new place in the lineup after a very down year in 2024. Sawinski was humbled by not losing his spot. He was humbled by not only losing his spot in the starting lineup last year, but also guarantees of not being on the Pirates roster. His spring so far is catching eyes, but as he put it, I'm playing my hardest like a professional should. It's way too early to start celebrating, and I'm working my best on the one thing that has eluded me, and that is consistency. So in 2 weeks of Pirate Camp, what I noticed is that the players are taking it on themselves. So what they're doing is they're following up their last year, and they're following up their problems from last year, and they're working on it in camp. And if you remember a couple of shows back, I did the show with the intangibles, and I mentioned leadership as one of them. And right in there, you right in that segment there, you hear that the starting 3, the big guns, are they're talking leadership. They want to be the leader of the game every game they pitch. So we will monitor that. We're going to be going on with that. Hold on, let's go back to the comments. Mikey Guns, what's up, my brother? Hey, Mikey, how you doing? And there he is, Mr. Larry B. Good evening, Larry B. how are you, sir? Thank you for joining. And the Crooks Process, what's good? Hey, my man, I hope everything is well out there. And Brian is back. Speaking of wrestling, Ralph, did RMU sell their souls? And are they your team? If you know wrestling, then you should get it. I don't know if they sold their souls, but they came out of nowhere. That's a good comment, Brian. I like that. Yes, and I do know what you're talking about selling your souls. And I'm sure Martine spoke about it on his show today. Let's see what Cody Rhodes does tomorrow. All right, let me take a quick break. And when I come back, I have a very exciting segment I want to share with you guys. It's something about that back there hanging and everything that's around it. With, as you guys know, my 1A Pittsburgh Steeler, Ben Roethlisberger. So let me take a break. This is the Yinzer Report on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Let me get in here some new shows.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Big Mike from Indie Sports Nation. Come hang out with me each and every Friday, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time, where we talk things Indiana sports. We talk Colts, Pacers, Fever, Indy Ignite, and we dive into the college scene as well. Boilermakers, Hoosiers, Irish, Bulldogs, and every school in between. And we don't stop there. We'll sprinkle in some NHRA and cover the IndyCar Series. From the turf to the hardwood to the track, we got you covered. Come hang out with your boy, Big Mike, each and every Friday, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Indie Sports Nation, right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Hey, yo, what's good, Georgia? It's your boy, ACS, and if you love sports from the Peach State as much as I do, then Georgia Sports Central is your one-stop destination for down south sports, courtesy of IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Are you a yellow jacket at heart, or do you bleed the red and black of the Bulldogs? Do you keep it true to Atlanta with Trae Young, Capella, and the boys? Do you rise up with the Dirty Birds on Sundays? Are you excited to see what the future holds for Michael Penix Jr., Bijan, and the rest of the Falcon squad? Do you live at 755 Battery Avenue? Do you rep for Albies, Acuna, and the rest of Braves country? If so, then let's get united every Wednesday for some Braves, Hawks, UGA, Georgia Tech, Atlanta Dream, Falcons, and more on Georgia Sports Central, only on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Yeah, let's go. That is my man ACS from the Georgia Sports Show. That is some drop right there. I hadn't really listened to it much. It was one of the first times I've listened to it. Great job there out there by ACS. He's out there for all your Georgia sports talk. Let's get a quick comment in here. Good evening, Ralph. To mix it up, the Pittsburgh NBA's team's colors should be black and gold. Oh, no doubt, Adam. No doubt. If they're not, something's wrong out there. Oh, that's great. All right, so let's get into this segment real quick here. Tomorrow is March 1st, and it'll be a 20-year anniversary of something that I had done. So, as you know, tonight we're doing the show here in in what I call the man cave, which is the basement in my house. And as you can see behind me, as you know, Ben Roethlisberger is one of my is my 1A, my favorite Pittsburgh Steeler. And I put the light on before because it was a little dark down here, but you could see the jersey in the background there. I'll try to move out of the way. I don't want to hit any wires and knock the camera off. This is my signed and framed Ben Roethlisberger jersey that I got way back when, and it was my first jersey I've ever gotten signed, and the first jersey I ever gotten framed. So there it is. It hangs in the basement here at my house for the Yinzer report. And what happened, what I did was, as you could see around it, is all pictures of Ben Roethlisberger. They're either all signed or they're either all one of they call it like one of a number, but if they're the first one of whatever it is. Like if you could see the one in the background where he's holding the ball and he's got the white uniform on over this way, right there, that is a number one piece, and that is my Upper Deck. So if you're into sports collecting, you know about Upper Deck. But what I did was, at that time in 2005, there was it's called Beckett Football Magazine, and it is a magazine of it's like a price guide for football cards. But what they were doing was they were having a fan page, and they wanted you to take pictures of your collectibles, and they wanted you to send it in. And if they liked it, they would put it in the magazine. So I did it on a limb. I didn't think anything was going to happen with it, and they didn't do this for long. They only did it for like, I want to say maybe 2-3 months, and they picked one person out, I guess, of all the entries that they received, and they put them in a magazine. So here is the magazine that I was actually picked to be in, and like I said, tomorrow will be the 20-year anniversary of this. Now, they did text me every now and they did get in touch with me every now and then years back about, it's your like 5-year anniversary, 10, but they've stopped since. So this is the bad part about it, but it turns out good. This is the magazine, and you could see who's on the cover. That's Tom Brady is on the cover. Okay, Football Beckett, and this is dated March 2005. So right there, I'm holding a 20-year-old magazine, which is insane in itself. Of course, it's in mint condition because I keep all my stuff in mint condition. So now this is like right after Ben Roethlisberger got drafted. Of course, he was drafted in 2004. I wish I had a bigger picture of this for you. I did have it, but I don't know what happened to it. And it's on a page called Reader's Right, and it was called Super Collector. So here it is. Let me see if I can get it up there so you could see it. There we go. Go this way. See it this way. There I am in the yellow Steelers shirt. Let me see if I can pull this back. I don't want to ruin the magazine. Yeah, that can't do it that way. There, we'll do it this way. So there I am, as you could see. I want to just make sure you guys can see it. Let me get a little closer there. There I am in the yellow shirt, and it's called Super Collector. And in the background, you can see the pictures and everything that are on the wall. And I called it the Wall of Roethlisberger. So there I am. I am on page 8 of Beckett Football in the March 2005 edition, and it's called Super Collector, and it's called Ralph Calise, the Wall of Roethlisberger. I don't know if you guys saw that in the heading there. It said Wall of Roethlisberger. See that blue box there? It says Ralph Calise, the Wall of Roethlisberger. And I wrote a little thing about my collection, and they went with it. And here's what I wrote. I'm a big fan of collecting Pittsburgh Steelers memorabilia. I collect old and new autographed items. Being a big-time Steelers fan living in Brooklyn, that's where I used to live. Now you know where I used to live. I attended training camp. At the time, it was 8 straight years. I'm up to 27 now. I get most of my autographs in camp at Latrobe. I also attend 1 or 2 games a season. And if the Steelers make the playoffs in a home game, I'm there. My collection has hit a new high this year thanks to the drafting of Ben Roethlisberger. When the Steelers picked him, I knew he was perfect fit for their team. Big Ben didn't disappoint. He won 13 straight as a quarterback, an NFL record. And I created my wall in my basement in honor of him. It's called the Wall of Roethlisberger. And then it goes on to describe things and all that. So I just wanted to share with you that because tomorrow is the 20-year anniversary of me being in that magazine, and being that I was doing the podcast in my basement with my man cave in the background, I just wanted to share that with you. So we got 2 new guys and 2 new comments in the chat. Marcus Los Great. Salute. Thank you, Marcus, for tuning in. And Freddie Carter, what's up, Ralph? Tuning in. Have a great show. Peace. Freddie, thanks a lot. Peace to you also, my man. All right, guys. So, yeah. Hey, it was a great show. I had a great time. And that's it for this week. Next week, tune in. We'll give you an update on that Robert Morris University, the Colonials, our winning team in Pittsburgh. And, we'll get into that next week. So, Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Everybody out there, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate your comments. Again, that was Gritsville, USA. Brian, Raymond Mann, Terran Rodriguez, Mary Shea, Martine Sandoval, Danny Mann, Brian, Mikey Guns, Larry B., The Crooks Process, Adam Connick, Marcus Los Great, Freddie Carter, and Terran Rodriguez. You are the man. Thanks for doing what you do, Terran. This is the Yinzer Report on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Good night.